where am I? I can't see anything on this screen, but I'm here. I am here somewhere. Hang on. Shift. Uh-oh. Wait a second. I think I'm here with Alex somewhat.
We're
I think,
stuck behind Gotham City.
but we're stuck behind Gotham. Let's see what's happened. Is it there? There we go. Look at us. I can do this. I don't know what I clicked on there, but here we are. Alex, welcome to Gotham City tonight.
How's it going, Ryan? Thank
It's
you
going
for having
good.
me.
Absolutely. It was just Toy Fair. And you had quite the showing there.
I did. It's
right?
as it turns out.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about it, but I'm just so angry right now because tonight was the night that I was going to reveal my Halloween hoodie, and Attack Peter frickin' stole my thunder, and his looked like professionally made, much better than mine. Mine looks like shit.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It looks amazing.
All
you
right,
kidding me?
You're just saying that, I know.
No
but,
way. Yours looks stylized.
I'm
cool.
gonna do what I now know he was waiting his entire stream to do. Just take this hoodie off.
I can't believe that guy. That's Mr. Attack for you.
Mr. Attack.
100%.
But I digress. Toy Fair, right, of course.
Toy Fair. I know we probably can't talk too much about it, but I do believe you had 2 items that you sculpted there for Super 7.
Yes. I had got to see Gorilla, which I think that was the first that's the first like test shot that we've seen of that figure. Because there was the like Paintmaster prototypes that were shown off, I think just after it was announced or solicited. But then to see it like large as life in that case.
Looks huge. It looks well, the price was more than the usual Turtles Ultimate to begin with.
Pretty darn good for that much figure.
Yeah, I actually was like, I'm trying to not get into Super 7 Ultimates at all, unless they do Sesame Street. Then I'll probably go all in on those. But
we're getting kind of close with those big oversized ones.
We're getting close. We're getting close. But man, those that Gorilla looks so good.
Oh, dude, thanks. Yeah, and when I was working on him, because he's like, it's a character who wasn't a part of the original like toy line. He was in like one mini comic or one I think it was like a comic that was in a Turtles magazine.
Right. Correct.
Very little like pre-established. I mean, he's obviously similar to Sergeant Bananas, but it was still cool to kind of like work on this character that didn't have a whole lot established about him, and like kind of think about your own backstory for him. And so I was thinking like, it's like, oh, this is like if like King Kong was a mutant, and he's huge, so he does have that kind of like King Kong presence. Like what if like a canister of mutagen fell on Skull Island and King Kong is sort of this like mutant soldier guy. It also made me think of like, this is like very obscure. This is just what I was like thinking of like working on him. But I thought of John Goodman from The Big Lebowski, because the sort of like military vibe made me think of like what the Coen brothers say about like the inspiration for Walter Sobchak, which is like sort of inspired by like John Milius, of this guy who's like obsessed with like war in Vietnam but didn't actually serve. And so I just had that like, he's like, oh, what if he was just like, he's not actually like a soldier, he's just like
he's kind of like Jack Black in Mars Attacks.
Yeah, he's in my mind, he's like, it's like, what if like Walter Sobchak and King Kong encountered some like mutagen. So like I gave him the like aviators, the like aviator sunglasses, and the like crew cut. So
dude, it looks so good. It's such a fun toy. I hope they get you to do some more obscure non-background characters to kind of play with, because that was super fun. And then you
Well,
did
yeah, well, it's funny because I worked on that. Obviously it was solicited a while ago, so I'm not I'm full time at Mondo now. Um, but it is cool seeing the stuff that I did for Super 7 prior to working for Mondo, like sort of coming out, like Wily Kit and Wily Cat. I did those for the
yeah, those
Thundercats.
are great too.
Thanks. Yeah, those are actually some of the first professional sculpts I ever did. Um, Also Snarf, which is in the now he's in plastic form there. He's like
Yep.
very close to the
I didn't even know you
final.
did that, and I was defending that toy on Geek Dad
Oh,
today.
well,
He
thank
was,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
he's a cool one. Like I had fun. I mean, I see the I'm a fan of the a fully painted plastic. I'm not a fan of the translucent
Right.
plastic, just because as a sculptor it's I think the details come through better when it's painted and not,
Oh, of
but
course.
it's it looks cool. And I understand why certain choices have to be made, and yeah, getting him to stand on to balance on his tail was definitely took a lot it's a lot more than you'd expect to figure out. And I think that maybe somebody else eventually figured it out beyond past my time working on it. But
That's
um,
freaking cool. But yeah, that's awesome. Uh,
thanks.
in the meantime, we're about to get into the McFarlane side of things. He's clearly having a little bit of fun, but before we get into that, let's quickly say hello to the chat. We got Derek Hoover. I'm happy to be some assistance and guidance to your child's life. Toy Geekosaurus is here. Gady's Toys, Skylar Davis, my boy, and yours, Johnny Cock, Chad Stewart, Brandon 3G, Tony Taponi, Shondo Gecko is here. Kayla Silver K. Oh, yes, please smack that like. Robert McGavin, Shiny Plastic People. Stephen Lawrence is here. We got Jamil Parks. Justin Nicolosi, Zach Toy Art, Cougar McGillicuddy. We've got Payne's Toy Samples, Allison Troy, Nolan Lucha Johnny, and Gotham Stalker. Thank you everyone for being here, coming here, hanging out. And Z Harv. Who's your guest? Is that Jack Kirby? No, it is not Jack Kirby. But thank you for the deep cut. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Who are they talking about?
Jack Kirby. Yeah, you sound like my co-host on Toy Anxiety.
That was a traumatic experience for me because let me paint the picture. I'm all excited seeing the Toy Fair coverage. My favorite YouTubers, Toy Anxiety, they're getting the NECA walkthrough, and they come upon. I see Jack Kirby from the famous Donatello miniseries, finally in figure form. Finally, a Jack Kirby, and what do I hear? Oh, that's cool. Some kind of an super obscure reference. I guess they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel with turtle ideas.
Dude, that's exactly how it came across. The dude selling them on is like, and we've got Kirby. And Craig legit panned the camera over to like I'm just not having a clue. It was just
yeah,
I was so mad. I stopped watching and I messaged them right away, and I was like, you are a disappointment to me.
Because it's also not that much of a deep cut, I feel like. Because it was in the original comic book miniseries. It was in one of the cartoons did it.
2012 series.
Yeah, or it was the 2003.
Oh yeah, it was in 2003. But Kirby in the 2012 series was April's dad.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. So I mean, I've been waiting for this figure, so it can't be that deep a cut.
I'm trying to not get any of the Mirage figures, but man, that'll make it good. I tell you, man.
I thought I was gonna stay strong, and then you started posting pictures of these, and I was like, gotta do it. And now I got Splinter Splinter in my pile of loot.
That's amazing.
It's a slippery
God,
slope.
it is. It absolutely is. You got to be careful. Make sure you have traction, folks, because you don't fall. Yeah. All right. So one of the things before even Toy Fair hit, this is one of the big things that you and I were both geeking out about. McFarlane announced, we're on the geekdadlife.com. Thank you, Colleen, for this. I want to kick it off with a little bit of holiday cheer. McFarlane Toys exclusive gold label. Gosh, he has so many names for the same toys. The Batman Santa, red and blue. These are okay. I honestly think these are amazing.
Yep.
But let's get your thoughts. I want to hear you and where should they take this line?
I think they are amazing. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like it would have been better suited for like the Batman 66 line, in spirit. But I get that this is probably, it's like the was there like a Winter War Dark Knight's Winter or something? It was, they made a figure where Batman had like a winter coat.
Right.
And so I think this is probably just a smart reuse on that.
But I love the beer. I love the blue one specifically because it has that. I just like my Batmans in blue.
Yeah, but I feel like I would want. This is really too nitpicky, but I would want this blue cowl on the red suit because I feel like it's more of a sort of this in the spirit of like the blue cowled, Adam West, chummy Batman. But I want that like red and gold Santa Claus suit.
I was thinking they should have done two different heads instead of just two different colors. They should have went for it to two different heads. This one should be smiling.
Yeah, totally.
Like a nice big smile.
And guess what? You got to get both of these because one is Dick Grayson as Batman and the other's Bruce Wayne.
Oh my god.
That's my headcanon. That's the first thing I thought when I saw it.
I do like this too. The red and the gold.
It's classic.
Also, just these are so much fun, and I love it when I know Todd likes to go kind of way out there, and he likes to do all it was called multiverse for a reason. So he was doing all these multiverse versions of Batman. I do love that he's having fun with this because this is such a ridiculous fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And it makes me want him to do more holiday stuff. Now I can totally see Todd doing maybe a Easter version of Wonder Woman where she has the ears. I could see that happening. A bunny whoa. But I would if they did even a bunny version of like Superman, it would be ridiculous and it would be fun. Or if they did Green Lantern, but for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, or Green Arrow, yeah.
Or Green Arrow, right? Like either one of them. I think this is super fun. Have you thought more about this line?
I would take more Christmas Batman stuff. Like I want Krampus Joker. And I think that you could use the Man Bat most of the Man Bat body, give him new arms, give him a crazy Joker Krampus head. I mean I think that like Robin as an elf, it's a no-brainer.
No-brainer, especially if you do the Dick Grayson with the pixie boots.
Absolutely. I think that Alfred as an elf, because it's Alfred, it's also a no-brainer. Yep. But I want Mr. Freeze as Frosty the Snowman. I want Penguin that's just an actual penguin.
Yeah.
Just a penguin with a top hat. Come on. Like Mistletoe, Poison Ivy.
Oh,
that makes sense.
where just the outfit instead of the leaves, it's just or holly,
Yeah, or something, or the
right?
that tradition where it's like wreath of holly with like the candles and
Wreath of
stuff.
holly, the mistletoe. I
Yeah,
like.
from the ref that's
What is
featured in
the
the.
other flower? What's the other Christmas like? I keep
Oh
wanting
yeah, what is that? It's like it's the like
the
red
red one. Yeah,
leafy point. It's
Chris.
not like
Nope.
poinsettias or something.
Poinsettia. That's it.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
100% it.
Poinsettia, poison ivy.
Right. It to me, it all seems like an absolute no brainer to keep doing these. These are so silly. They're so much fun. Uh,
Clayface, gingerbread man, Clayface.
ginger.
Would be sick.
I do
Gumdrop
love the
Dutton.
idea though of the Krampus Joker. I think that's super fun.
Yeah. You know
Right.
that Todd is just like he's just testing the waters with this. But,
Yep.
I'm sure they're eyeing that Star Wars, Christmas, figure line, and they're thinking, maybe.
You you know the because you're right. They are. And those it's do you remember the announcement? Like, did you ever watch like the fan first Fridays and all that kind of stuff when they first their very first announcement uh of the holiday troopers?
Yeah.
So they had the people there from Lucasfilm on with them. And it's almost like Lucasfilm wanted to be on there to let people know that they thought the idea was dumb. Like, I will
Yeah.
always remember this because this is the moment I was like, I need to work for Lucasfilm and bring back the fun and like get these
Yeah,
guys
for sure.
to lose their job and like let's just go in on this and
And
like
I feel
let's
like they
have
were on
fun.
last year too, and it was sort of like the representative was like, yes, we allow them to have fun every now and then, like
Yeah, like Jesus. Like they should be having like I remember like they even announced it. You saw the people from Hasbro so happy and excited, like these are our holiday troopers, and the people from Lucasfilm were legit rolling their eyes live, right? And I was like, "You've
yeah.
got to be kidding! Are you? These are toys, people. Have
And
some
I'm just
fun."
gonna assume that they're the obstructionists keeping us from getting the real Star Wars holiday figures that I would want, which is like Yoda in the Santa suit and
Yeah,
C-3PO
R
and
two and three
R2-D2 from
with the
those
instruments.
illustrations from the back in the day where they were all decked out, like because like Christmas in Star Wars, like that's not like a current cash grab. That has been part of the soup for quite a while.
Absolutely. Like I remember when they re-released the THX movies, like the THX editions,
Mm.
and they
Yeah.
made a big deal about that. They released those in November to get people ready for Christmas, right?
Of
Like
course, yeah.
it it wasn't anything where they were like, "Oh, we're going to release this in May."
I
Star
yeah,
Wars is yeah.
I think The Last Jedi, the like red and white color scheme on the posters, like that was all to like get people to further associate Star Wars with Christmas.
The Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 were like countdowns to Christmas. Right? Like they legit it's unfortunate that Luke like whatever their deal is. We always get on the topic of Star Wars on this show one way or
Yeah.
another. But what I'm still like because always that's what's always so weird to me is that you would think they would when you have a show coming out at Christmas time, you would want a ton of Christmas stuff. Like when Batman, just to take it back to Batman, when that last season, season 4, like the new adventures of Batman Superman started,
Hmm.
that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like that season premiere was like in October and they kicked it off with holiday nights.
Yeah. So good.
Right?
It's one of the best episodes of that season.
Easily one of the like yeah, all their Christmas episodes are great, which is why I wish DC Direct was still making the DC animated toys because I would love to get like the Santa Bullock and
Yes.
the toy,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Like
if if this does well, maybe.
maybe we'll get it, right? Like I think it would just be fun to get these. Like to me, you're right. Like I'm hoping this tests the water. I hope This does good. I hope they're able to ride those coattails of the holiday troopers, because according to Hasbro, those are some of the hottest ticket items of that season every year. They claim it's one of their best selling lines. And
Black Series,
yeah, right. The black, yeah, it's the Black Series holiday line. I kind of wish they did more Halloween stuff too. But with Batman, every release feels like a Halloween release. And yes, Kevin is here from Toying Around. Yes, this is the best Star Wars podcast.
What, they don't got Star Wars in Gotham?
Right? There you go. See, look at this. You got
Zach
Scarecrow as the Ghost of Christmas Future.
A gray ghost.
Yeah, Jamil Parks, Mr. Frosty. Right? Gotham Stalker. There already is White Rabbit. I think it's late Arbor Day Poison Ivy. Like, you know what? It's like, because Gady's Toys, also great Instagram page. I'm always gonna give Andrew props on that. Great page. I'm surprised they haven't done like a Pride Batman yet as well, or at least a Pride Dick Grayson at the very least. Right?
Well,
or Tim Drake. Wait, Tim Drake is like full on. Yeah.
Well, back in the day, DC Collectibles had like the rainbow Batman costume.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be too much to achieve that.
That's awesome. Let's see here. We got Randall sitting here going, Mr. Doell and friends, I just unboxed the McFarlane Superpowers Wave 5 bundle. Awesome. The black Batman is colored like the Dark Knight Collection Batman with the gold bat symbol and belt. Well, Randall, I'm kind of waiting for somewhere in Canada to have for the pre-orders that's not GameStop, because I don't really like ordering from GameStop if I don't have to. And, you know, I don't know. I just I'm waiting for CMD store or someone, because you can get the bundles up here in Canada with like certain places where you can just like order everything plus the vehicle, and it's like, here you go, flat rate, one-stop shop. And Eat Collectibles, they don't carry McFarlane stuff at all. So I'm waiting. And for some reason, usually they're the first to have it. I don't know, man. I think maybe my Superpowers luck might have run out. Might have run out completely. Right? Toying Around. Yeah, the rainbow box set. Todd would love a box of straight repaints. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? Pride Maxi Zeus from Toy Art. Yes. Right? That would be awesome, right? Allison Troy saying Lucasfilm has done holiday cards since 1977. That is true.
It's practically canon.
It's pretty much canon at this point. I would love. What was the album? There was a Star Wars Christmas album. I'm certain of it, with R2 and 3PO on the cover, and they had like a French horn. And drums.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want figures of that. And
I want figures. Yes,
had like a beard or something. And and R2 has like Santa's sack of toys on his back.
If they did a choir set of all the Robins and Batgirls, I would be totally stoked. They should do a Home Alone Damien, where he's dressed like Kevin McAllister. I think that's how they should do it. Allison Troy, if we let Robin, any of them, have a Pride Edition, that would make them too happy. Robins, any of them, don't get to be happy. They get their weddings ruined by supervillains and beat by Joker. You are not wrong. But that's what they're there for. They're there to take the hit. Right? Johnny Cock swung by Toys R Us today to try to find something for my nephew. Only Superpowers I found was Wave 1 Darkseid and Batmobile. Well, the Batmobile's cool. Right? It has been crazy. Right? Hang on. Flash739 is here. Thank you for being here. I own it. Christmas in the Stars. It was John Bon Jovi's first album performance. I'm curious if that is true.
What?
Yeah, right? That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
But I think these are super fun. I love the bases with the logo and the green and the red.
I'm glad
As soon
they
as I
gave him the sack of presents. Like they didn't have to
same here.
do, they didn't have to do any accessory. They already gave him a new head sculpt, but it's a
But we
good,
got it.
yeah. But are they
Yeah.
like gold bars?
I think they're just gold wrapping paper.
Oh, I just realized that on the cover of that comic, his sleigh is being pulled by bats.
Ah.
We need this. It's He has 12 bats instead of reindeer. Todd needs to forget everything. Don't make if they don't need to make another figure, if they make this bat sleigh with the bats,
And
that's
you could
next year's Christmas.
and the bats are small enough that you could have them legit float on a plastic reins.
Yeah.
It would be perfect. And that first bat better have a red nose,
Hell yeah. Of course.
right? Has to have it. I think this is great. As soon as I can find it for pre-order, they said it's a McFarlane store pre-order, but I haven't been able to see it for again, Canada. We collect things on hard mode. But this is a definite must-have. I'd be happy to get either color.
Mm.
I think these are like too much fun. Again, we are on the Geek Dad Life website. I want to see if he's got let's see here. It's gonna have lots of Motu. For those of you who do not
Oh
watch Geek
yeah.
Dad Life,
Speaking
he is that man is a shill
of
for for Mattel. He loves his Mattel. Well, at least Mattel loves him. Let's see. I think that might be it. I don't think he had a chance to cover any of it. Hang on. So this is what I'm going to do. We're going to go over to. We're going to head over to Toy News Toy News International.
Field trip.
Yeah, we're going to bounce around here just a little bit, and I want to take a look and get your point of view. Like, first off, before we even get into these toys, where do you stand on Batman and Robin? Joel Schumacher.
I don't care for it. It's funny, when I was a kid, I was like super, like my Bat mania was actually at an all-time high, because like I was like, I was at an age where I was like really appreciating the animated series. I knew, like, at that point I was like, yeah, that thing was special. I was starting to get into the comics. In fact, one of my first Batman comics was like it was an issue of Batman Chronicles, and I'm sure it was a tie-in for the movie, because like the stories involved Batgirl, Mr. Freeze, and Poison Ivy, like clearly, setting up characters for the movie. So I was like just getting into the comics. Right. I was like super into Mr. Freeze, so I was so looking forward to Batman and Robin. And then I saw it, and everyone I was with hated it, and I was just like, I think in denial, just pretending that I had seen a really great Batman movie. Now I don't mean to, like, yuck anybody's yum, but I revisited the movie. I watched Batman Forever. So for the longest time, I was one of these like, Joel Schumacher, like he ruined the franchise. Watch Batman Forever. Obviously it's a different flavor than the Tim Burton ones, but it's good. It's like he's trying, it's fun. But so I watched that. I was like, okay, well, Batman, Robin, here we go. I'm gonna, like, no bias going in, gonna enjoy it. And it just, like, by the end of it, I can't get behind that movie.
I was okay with it. I think my expectations were set for something different when I first saw it. As I got older and started listening to, well, first off, I felt bad for George Clooney, because he was always apologizing for a movie that wasn't his fault, and he was just trying to take the heat for it.
Well,
yeah,
I thought that too, but I think Clooney might be kind of the problem, part of the problem.
Part of the problem.
Yeah.
Well, I just kept hearing Joel Schumacher kind of go like, I didn't know anything about Batman. I only know him from Batman from the 1966 TV series. and he made it very, very clear, right? Like he didn't read the Dark Knight Returns, which is like a, every studio exec's wet dream over at Warner Brothers. Uh, he made that very clear. He didn't know. All he was told was make a fun movie, and that's what he did. And so now after hearing that, and I changed my mindset to be like, I'm gonna watch this like a big budget 1966 movie. And after that, I have completely fallen in love with, like, I never fell in love with it, but I started to fall in love with it because I was like, it's hard to watch Forever and Batman and Robin back to back because they're too similar in a lot of ways.
Well, but yeah, it's like the same exact, almost the same script with different names.
Right. Well, do you know the story to this? They had to make the movie in like less than a year.
I believe it.
Like the studio made so much money off of Batman Forever.
Yeah.
That they were like, oh my God, we need to do this and we need to do another one right away, which is why the toys are very much based off the concept art.
Yeah.
And they're reusing a lot of the same sets, and they also were reusing a lot of the same score. That's why the circus set is still in Batman and Robin when when Poison Ivy comes in dressed like the gorilla, which, by the way, also needs to be a toy. And
yeah,
for right. Sure. Like there's a lot of fun stuff.
Figure, yeah.
Yes, that should have been the Build-A-Figure. Absolutely. So I'm always kind of like, I guess I'm a bit of a Batman and Robin apologist, but I do also understand where people are coming from, why it's like it was jarring for them, or just it still is, because you see it as we went from 89 to Batman and Robin in a decade.
But to me, it's like, it's also because I'm a huge fan of the 66 Adam West Batman show. So when I rewatched Forever and Batman and Robin, it's like, okay, yeah, like, when you're a kid and it's like you're thinking of Batman the animated series, like you want just Batman to be taken seriously or whatever. You want that to be the, not too seriously, but just like more of the vibe. But then seeing it as an adult, like kind of appreciating like the campiness. But I feel like the Tim Burton movies, those are like the campy Batman 66 movies done on a budget. Because there's like,
yeah,
because they're funny. There's wit. There's tons of, especially in Batman Returns, there's tons of like innuendo, right? Like it's clearly like it's fanciful, but it's written for, people who kind of are in on the joke, right? Like. Even though it's aesthetically dark, it's like still cartoonish, and
it's still there's a lot of winks to the camera for sure,
and adult in the way that like the 66 series was adult and childish at the same time, whereas the Batman the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin like don't have this, they're like goofy, but they don't have quite the same level of like sharpness to me, like,
right, or they're not quite as grounded. Does that make sense? You just need, because
not quite as funny, I would say, like, because like the Tim Burton Batman movies are funny, like they're legitimately funny, like the Adam West show is funny, like anyway.
But I feel like Batman movies do need that balance. Like to me, that's why it's like the Nolan movies to me are like no fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the modern take on Batman movies.
Same here, except for Pattinson.
Obviously, Heath Ledger's performance is spectacular.
The villains were amazing, and all, like even Qui-Gon Jinn as Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, it was Ra's al Ghul.
Right, like I really enjoyed all, like the villain portrayals were great. It was just everything else around him. It kind of felt like, well, we need to make a Batman movie, but I'm ashamed of the source material, so this is what it looks like.
Well, it's like it needed to be done. Like it was like an itch that needed to be scratched, that like Batman Year One, what if he was an actual guy doing this stuff? Like, it's like as an experiment, like I can see it, but like I don't think it was like a successful experiment.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. Not a huge fan of Snyder's run either, but I do love Pattinson. I love Pattinson a lot. Because again, too, that has humor, but it's like a different kind of humor to it. It didn't there was some breakup between all this, the insane seriousness that it had.
Colin Farrell as Penguin is so good.
So good.
So
You could
perfect.
tell he was having so much fun.
I
But
wonder what that show is gonna be like, so
let's go back to Batman and Robin for one hot
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
Let's take a look at these. My apologies for all the ads I get. I swear to God, this goddamn page. This is why I go to Geek
Forget
Dad
those
Live.
figures, what about the apartments?
Yeah, right? I can't even get rid of the ad when I make it big. All right. I think that's the one thing. I think because my Twitter account always kind of goes to like Vancouver is like crazy expensive, so now I get like all these ads, right? But these are the figures, right? The first
Yep.
the first wave, which I'm hoping will be of many in the movie toy line. For the and look at this. Look how perfect that Poison Ivy is.
Yeah.
McFarlane Toys can clearly make women if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, given what I just said, disparaging Batman and Robin, I'm all in
Right.
on these. These look so good. I
Same
can't
here.
believe it. Like, and these are like, you know, Todd in the interview said these are like production. These are the figures, and they look great.
I love these. Hang on, I got this comment just made me laugh. Katie's Toys, Ra's al Ghul so white.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Look up unblock Origin browser extension. I will do that. I will do that. Oh, Katie, they're more than that. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. All right. But yes, these are like even Clooney looks like Clooney here.
Yeah.
Like usually with like some of the McFarlane stuff, it's kind of like, well, the costume looks right, but something's not right with the face. And these to me look so good. I think even
I
the
love
Arnold.
I like the how Todd is like holding it in the light, you know, to get the to really show off the likeness. That was very well appreciated.
Todd was selling hard with Pixel Dan, and it was so much fun to watch. And he took him through the whole booth, man. It wasn't just like
it was so impressive. I mean, he knows the product backwards and forwards. Like, and there's a ton to. I mean, he's got to talk about Disney Mirrorverse and anime and like all
Avatar. He had to talk like,
dude, those Avatar figures look so goddamn good. Like
they look better than the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I so longingly look at those figures. I probably will never get any one of them, but I love the black light paint on them. It's magical. The dragons look phenomenal. Like that whole display. It's like if Avatar is your bag, you know, you are doing well.
You are eating well. And I like the fact that he kind of explained that. It was like, well, we do 2 smaller scales. We do like, you want this one to be on your desk, and it's like, it's nice and big and it looks cool. This is for you. You want something smaller that you can play with? Boom, this is for you.
Yeah.
And he was really trying to like,
I dig the old like Sears model of like, you know, this is premium, this is economy, this is like having the 3 different versions of everything.
Well, that, and he kind of, I wouldn't say he got into it with Pixel Dan when Pixel Dan kind of said like, well, what's with the NFTs? Like, why are you doing this? And he was just like, some people don't have room for toys.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a digital collection. Here you go. And I was just like, oh, so he does have a reason for it. And Todd makes it super clear. He's like, just because it's not for you doesn't mean I shouldn't make it. Right? He's just like, I love that defense.
Where he's trying to go where the puck is going, not where it's been. I mean, even if it doesn't go that way, you're never going to get the puck if you're only looking at where it's been. To use a metaphor, I'm sure he would love.
Dude, his justification and explanation of why he's got NFTs and digital toys and what they meant really kind of had me kind of like check my privilege, and that I'm able to do this behind me, and that's a lot of people maybe are not, right? So
100%.
It was really like it was a gut check for sure. Oh, hang on. This Mr. Freeze sculpt, this Arnold sculpt, perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
The
Again,
sculpt is
McFarlane
great, and I
toys.
and I like
Kill
that
it.
they're still toyetic because it's like, because I feel like, like a lot of the Black Series stuff, the likenesses, they're on point, right? But like they're not like here. It's like the features look like they're big enough or exaggerated enough so that they read better as the actor in a 12-inch, or I mean a 6-inch form.
Right.
Um, and yeah, I mean like especially this one in the Uma Thurman Poison Ivy looks so good.
So good. I really do want a wave 2 of Batman and Robin, just so we can get Bane. If they did a Jesse Ventura Arkham security guard, I would get that too.
Well, and you
100%.
could do their like costumes that they have at the end of the movie,
Yep.
right?
I would love that as well. I was even a sucker for that for Batman Forever, where it was all of a sudden they come out and they're just like, well, that whole Robin reveal costume, amazing in Batman Forever. Amazing. Who's your tailor? Oh, Batman. It's so good. And again, there's
I
our boy. That's well, or
Yeah,
at least my boy.
when this movie came out, I wanted this version of Robin so bad, like like a toy of this costume.
Yep.
And like there wasn't any like at least in that like initial wave when I cared about it, that like it was like all different variants. It was like for some reason very hard to find Robin wearing the like navy blue with the red Nightwing symbol. So this is that like holy grail item, holy grail Batman.
Yeah.
This is the
Oh my
Robin
god.
I've
How
been
come I
waiting
haven't
for.
coined that yet? How come oh, what is wrong? What is it? None of us, myself, Geek Dad Jay, none of us, we're all huge Robin fans, and not once
Hey, the
we
stars
went,
had to
Holy
align.
Grail Batman. Not once. What is wrong with us?
But it would
But
be
yeah,
holy grail Batman.
but this has me really excited because he made a point of saying this too when he was talking about his movie Maniacs line about how Warner Brothers has completely opened the floodgates for him.
Hmm.
And he can do anything in the past 100 years if he so desires to.
You gotta get those old serial Batman and Robin.
I don't know. Well, at least please don't do the villains. I found that out the hard
Yeah,
way.
just the car. Maybe Batman in the car.
Maybe, yeah, right. Like, but but it had me kind of like thinking like 100 years worth of movies. Like again, I always steer off topic a little bit, but he for movie Maniacs, he did do the Wicked Witch of the West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's got to just finish that crew of Wizard of Oz. Like he just has to finish it, be done. And
Yeah, there's like no Wizard of Oz figures, right?
right? Like, and I was thinking too, like, okay, if you've got that, like, what does that mean for Gremlins? Can he do Gremlins as well as NECA? And Reaction's they announced Gremlins as well. Gremlins could be the next Ninja Turtles, where every
Yeah.
toy line, everyone who makes toys gets a stab at it.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the movie Maniacs line that might be like classified as like a statue,
Yep.
so he probably could like, because if NECA's got like figures at a certain scale, that
Yeah.
would possibly Todd could have statues, plastic
Yeah,
statues at a certain price,
I would love that. Craig, thank you for coming in and hanging out. It is such a good Robin
right?
suit. I agree. Right? Tony Taponi, The Shining. Yeah, because he was talking, and I'm only saying this because we are talking about McFarlane Toys. He did say he wants Movie Maniacs to also go back to more of its horror roots. So if it has access to stuff that maybe NECA doesn't necessarily have access to, though they have done
What's
Shining,
the
they've done
WB
Toonie
horror?
Terror's The Shining, haven't they? I need Jacob Walsh here. He'd be able to correct me. He would know that. Allison Troy, this is a really good likeness without reminding us that Chris O'Donnell disappeared. We're okay with that. That's so mean. I really like. I am totally cool with Chris O'Donnell Robin. I am at. He was my when you're a teenager and you love Robin, and the only Robin you're getting in live action is Chris O'Donnell. It's amazing. It is the best Robin. right? Like it's so like again, I really hope that they make another wave of Batman and Robin, but I want to see all of them. And I know we just kind of poo-pooed a little bit on the Nolan, the Christopher Nolan trilogy. But you know what? Make those two. Make all of them. Make all the movies. I want to see it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Abby's here too. What the heck? Abigail Gardner, give me a Robin who could do his own laundry. Absolutely. Absolutely give me that. I would love that. That would be so much fun. All right. I'm gonna pop this one off here. We are going to go. I want to bring up superpowers for one hot minute because we are reaching close to that 1 hour mark.
Oh, wow.
I know
How time flies.
so superpowers did have a showing there. They only showed, I think it was the latest wave of superpowers that anyone could go and take a look at. Sorry. the Kevin toying around. Chris O'Robin taught me how to hang clothes. Like I think he all did. I think we all tried. Let's be honest, we all tried that once. And Tony Taponi, Toonie Terrors did the twins. That's okay. I thought so. I absolutely thought so. And Ian's here as well. Hey Ian, thank you for coming to hang out. But hey, superpowers. Superpowers was there. They showed the latest wave off. We talked about the wave earlier in the episode and how I'm being a big baby because none of the Canadian sites have them up for pre-order yet or for sale. However, with that said, there was stuff allegedly that was there that people were not allowed to take photos of. Now, I know Craig and Abby didn't get to go. I can't remember who they talked to because they met a few people there. So I can't throw anybody under the bus of who gave them this information, but I don't even think they knew what they were talking about, seeing as they don't even know who Jack Kirby is. So, with that said, this was rumored. I should say, because we haven't seen any photos, and I'm hearing what could be second or third hand information that this vehicle from Blue Beetle, right, the Bug, is
from the
going to
movie
be,
or just his vehicle.
I used the vehicle from the movie because I actually think it looks really good.
Yeah, it's cool.
But it could be the one from again, like if they make the one from the comic, for anyone who doesn't know what the one from the comic looks like, it looks very close to the Owl's vehicle in The Watchmen, which has me thinking because it's all part of DC, and I would actually be totally for this. Could they do a wave of The Watchmen for superpowers? And I can't believe I never thought about this way earlier.
You are blowing my mind. That's amazing. Because they can. I'm sure they can.
Yeah. Sorry. Abigail, I beat Kirby's Dreamland. Yes.
So yes, did Stanley.
Yeah. But no, this vehicle, to me, I love this weird Silver Age vehicle stuff because they are doing it with the Superpowers line. You know, we've gotten the invisible jet and we got the bat whirler. That thing's coming too.
By the way, I thought that Todd was gonna hurt Pixel Dan. That propeller really moves.
It does.
He was getting real close to like our precious Pixel Dan. Like,
hey, Pixel Dan can take a hit, man. The dude's a pro wrestler. He's fine. If anyone, if I was
like a weed whacker though. Yeah. I want the toy. I want it now just for that, just so I can like have the the fidget spinner. What do you call it? Stress reliever of that.
Well, I'm going to start bringing that to like outdoor events and use it as a fan.
Yep,
that's what I'm going to use it for.
Pardon me,
but it's
my whirly bat.
But I love this idea of them making the Blue Beetle, the Bug. Because again, Todd McFarlane, when it comes to these superpowers figures, he's totally cool with doing 2-seaters. And I'm hoping this means we're getting Blue Beetle. Obviously, we must be getting Ted Cord. Blue
That he
Beetle.
hasn't been made yet.
He
Has
hasn't
any
been
Blue
made yet.
Beetle been made?
They did a Blue Beetle Booster Gold 2-pack, gold label exclusive, right? I think, and that was for the
But not
multiverse line,
superpowers, right?
but not superpowers. So if they do him, and because I'm assuming when you do Blue Beetle, automatically I feel like you have to put Booster Gold in the same wave. It's insane if you wouldn't.
Yeah, for sure.
So, granted,
And
we don't get any women in this series either, and I think it's absolutely
Fire
insane.
and Ice.
But
Come on.
Fire and Ice, I would love to get those two again. Black Canary, all of them. Get me all of them, right? But I love this idea of this figure. I cannot wait to see the first. If this is real, I can't wait to see the first look on this.
Although if it's blue with the yellow lenses, it kind of looks like the Batman vehicles. So maybe that's even more of a likelihood that it's getting made.
Yeah, that could be too. They're like, we got a lot of that blue plastic left over from Batmobiles.
Or maybe someone will buy it, confusing it for a Bat vehicle.
Oh, never even thought of that.
Ryan, have you read Pax Americana, the Grant Morrison single issue of like the multiversity series he did?
Oh, yep, I have
Frank
all of those
Whiteley
Yep, I have. I bought all of those when those came out.
It's basically Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley doing the entire story of Watchmen in one issue.
Yeah.
And it has the same sort of like symmetry and stuff. It's like this total like, you know, trolling, I guess, of Alan Moore, but Frank Whiteley's Blue Beetle ship, so good. So amazingly good.
Dude, I love that stuff. I actually liked all the all those multiversity one-offs that DC did. I like it when they do that.
Yeah.
Tony Toponi, yes, I've been saying Superpowers Watchmen. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great idea.
It is a great idea. Yeah, Two-Handed Axe. I like that name, by the way. I would take a multiverse Watchmen wave. Actually, same here. If they made a Rorschach, I would absolutely buy it. I absolutely
is Superpowers Spawn sacrilege to you, do you think?
Not really.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, okay. Right? Like, I don't know. I think I would be all for that, right?
It'd be fun.
It would be. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, toy art, a Justice League International wave would be Chef's Kiss. If you want to see a Justice League International wave, go check out Toy Otter's Instagram. He did one. He mocked one up.
Yeah.
And
see, that's the thing. It's like, I just want Toy Otter's superpowers stuff. They're absolutely perfect. He's made all the perfect, complete 80s line. Like,
yep.
if only, I mean, I know that he had some talkings with them at some point, but like, I mean, they should just he's got the sculpts. They're there. Just use those. Like, start making those.
Just do them. I absolutely agree. I always, one thing I always say is Todd should just show up to Toy Otter's doorstep with a dump truck full of money and just let him run the line.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there like a petition we can sign? Something?
Yeah. A website? Right? Is there a forum? McFarlane's got a Discord. We should just all go. Everyone, let's all join McFarlane's Discord, McFarlane Toys Discord, and let's petition. Let's start
grassroots movement.
Right? The Monsters from Beyond, Superpowers Spawn would fit well with Long Box Heroes. That's actually a very good point.
If Long Box Heroes got Spawn, if Todd gave them Spawn to do in the Superpowers style.
Right? Wouldn't happen. But man, I'd be okay with a Superpowers Spawn. I think even if they did the even if they did, I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would call it superpowers. I wonder. Though it would be kind of fun if they did call it superpowers, but they used red, black, and white for the logo, as opposed to the traditional, yellow star. Like, just do all the same stars, but they just use the Spawn colors.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm throwing that out there.
I mean, Spawn showing up in Mortal Kombat, crazier things have happened.
It's true. Johnny Cock. I would love 90s Jim Lee's Wildcat Superpowers figures. Same here. I would do all that 90s stuff. Savage Dragon would be great. And Cyberforce. Give me that 90s Cyberforce. And Youngblood. Just give them all to me.
Yeah, I think that would be. They gotta do an image superpowers line.
What was there? Oh, there's a pun you could do with image. And I think it would be a lot of fun. I think there's something there. That's it. Todd, I know you're watching. Message me. We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out together. Toying around, Spawn's in Call of Duty right now.
See, there you go.
That's cool.
He's everywhere.
Right? He's everywhere. They're doing SpawnCon. Did you hear about this?
No.
I got to
find just because it rhymes.
That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm going to see if I can find a website for it. Hey, give me one quick moment while I look this up. Alex, do you have any recommended reading that people should be buying and reading right now?
Oh, like Batman. I mean, I'm not reading a lot of like current comic books. Is the thing. This is what I'm reading right at the moment. It's the first 50 Love and Rockets. Highly recommend. It's quite the commitment to a series getting the box set, but getting any Love and Rockets, it's great.
Can you feel your legs after reading that?
Actually, so man, this is like, just because I have it here, I don't know. I'm sure this book is also like really hard to track down, but this is like the Les Daniels Batman book that came out like 100 years ago. I guess.
Yes.
But one of the great things about it is, I'm gonna go on another like Bruce Timm rant, but it has this reprint of his Batman black and white comic that he did in here. The like one about Two-Face or Harvey Dent. It's amazing. It's an incredible, like another like Bruce Timm masterstroke. But what's great about it is that this is like marker, or it's like his, I think it's marker or watercolor shading, similar to like the Mad Love book. But so DC they did like there's like a digital version where they recreated the shading, but it doesn't look nearly as good as what's printed in this book, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. But it is absolutely the like optimal experience of reading that Batman black and white story. So again, I don't know if it's out where it can be acquired, but highly recommend.
If you can find it, buy it. And you might be able to, that's something that you might actually be able to find in like a used bookstore.
Yeah, and this is this book is so worth it. Like we were just talking about Batman and Robin, you got your Batman and Robin here. And then one of the best parts is they've got these pages that are just like all the crazy Bat variants. Like these should be
hang on, but do that again. Yeah, see? That's awesome.
Isn't that cool? All the crazy,
that's so cool
90s Batman things. These would be it's like frameable art.
Yeah, this proves to me that we need one of those Pixel Dan guidebooks for
Yeah,
Batman
for
toys.
sure. Yeah, is this
Even
superpowers in the top here?
that's
Yep,
superpowers. Yep.
there he is.
It's funny how it's like all you had to do is point to this like little blue blob, and I was like, "Yep,
Yeah,
that's it,
yeah, that's him.
100%." All right, so I found it. We have SpawnCon. It's going to be in Denver, Colorado, end of this month. So if you
Wow.
live in the Denver, Colorado area, please feel free to buy tickets to this 2-day event, the first annual convention of all things Spawn and McFarlane. Should we take a look at? Oh, look at this. They
Ooh.
got swag.
They got a cool logo. Like that
They
looks
do.
really good, that logo.
The logo does look good. Hang on. Do we get to? Well, let me check out the exclusive. But the here we go. Exclusive goodies. Oh, it's just the. But yeah, this logo right here,
Yeah,
awesome.
very cool.
Right,
It's Spawn,
pins.
but it's its own thing.
Yeah, it's super. This is really cool. Let's see who they got as guests. I hope Todd is in there.
Yeah, I know.
I would be totally bummed out if like Todd is not there. Carlo Barberi.
I feel like his name would be first if he was there.
Right. I feel like it would have been too.
Oh, Jonathan Glapion?
Yep. Thomas Healy. Okay.
Tom Orzechowski?
Yeah,
Damn.
dude. World record holder, legendary letterer.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is totally cool. The Kemps. Right. Ben Templesmith.
Nice.
Yeah. I like his stuff.
Where's
More
Todd?
coming.
Where's Greg Capullo? Oh, Steve Olive.
Right? That's what I was thinking too. Where's all those guys? They should be bringing in the showrunners from the Spawn animated series as well.
Oh man, yeah. Keith David. Come on. Is this not SpawnCon? Next year. Next year.
They should bring in Sam Keith because the Max, right?
Yeah, they should have him sit as Keith David and Sam Keith David. Put them tables side by side.
Just to really mess with people. And like Sam Keith would like, because again, I always think of like they should like, I don't think it would ever happen. I highly doubt Rob Liefeld would ever attend a Todd McFarlane honored convention by any stretch of the means. But you know what? It would be super cool to have the Image guys there.
I think Rob should go this year and do his like Todd McFarlane impression.
It's spot on.
Channel. It's It's the best one.
Right? It's amazing. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. All right, folks, we're all going. That's it. Gotham City Tonight is going to be, I want to try to get Gotham City Tonight as guests for SpawnCon next year. I want us to be able to, I want us to do a live episode for SpawnCon next year.
We should all have giant capes.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to bring a big blanket that looks like a cape.
Yeah, of course.
That's how I'm going to do it.
We've all been there. We've all been cold with a blanket and being like, I'm like Spawn right now.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I don't leave the shower without doing that. That's why all my towels are red.
This towel makes me like Spawn.
Yeah. It's the best. But I tie it around like not the long way. I just tie it up like a Superman cape every time, but I still tell people I'm Spawn.
All my chains have rusted doing that. Pretending to be Spawn in the shower.
Kevin from Toying Around. Gotham City Tonight at SpawnCon, the best Star Wars podcast. I'd go.
Hey, Batman fought Spawn. It's it's adjacent.
More than once. They even
That's
did a
how
whole
Spawn got the stitches.
That's right. And they kept that canon too. I love shoelace face Spawn.
Yeah.
Oh God, that is like one of my favorite toys where he's got the mask off. It's just the giant shoelace. I love it. All right. We are at the 1 hour mark, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with us. Alex, thank you for jumping on board tonight,
Yeah,
coming to
thank
hang
you
out,
for having me.
talking these McFarlane toys and talking a little bit about comics and movies and all this other cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Again,
super stoked on all the McFarlane stuff. Yeah, that Batman and Robin line looks awesome.
yeah, it's great seeing that line improve.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
it's because I just want everyone to win because everyone's making something different, and it's once I love that everyone's kind of upping their game. It doesn't matter if it's NECA or Super 7 or Mondo or Hasbro, right? Like everyone's kind of upping their game, and
Yeah,
it's
I mean, that's what
it's
you like
so
to
much
see.
fun to see.
Yeah, yeah, for
Like even
sure.
Playmates, like Playmates is coming back swinging,
Yeah,
right? And it's
definitely.
so cool to see them back in the stores again in full force. Like it's great. But yeah, no. And next week, Lexi is back, and at some point, Alex, I'm gonna have you on at the same time as Lexi,
Yeah, definitely.
right? So we can all sit and chat and talk comics and stuff.
Stereo Lex.
Yeah, stereo. Yeah, I'll just have you. I'll just
And we should just
leave.
talk about Lex Luthor the whole time.
That's right. I would be totally cool with that. And what is this? Stanley, update on those Doell and J head sculpt prototypes.
Oh
They're going to
yeah.
be a SpawnCon exclusives for
Yeah.
2024. Well, we'll see. I don't I don't think those are real, but they're there. They're in digital form.
Yeah,
If you
they
collect
exist
digital
in
toys,
digital space, yeah.
that's right.
Hey,
So
they could be NFTs.
they could
You know,
be
some
NFTs.
people, yeah.
Dolverine NXTs. They'll be the best. But awesome. Okay, so thank you everyone else. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, chat. Thank you everyone for being here. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Thank you for hanging out. And again, we'll see you next week. And yeah, we'll see you then. Bye.